Hello and welcome to Team PokeMart, your one-stop shop for the things that you need to stop and or shop for. And I must apologize, valued customers, because our grassy problems are spiraling somewhat out of control here, so you may find it just a little bit difficult to move around in store, but never fear, because upper management have used their special business powers to call in something of a grass expert to help us out with our problem here. So may I introduce all of you to Erika, whom you all may know as the leader of the Celadon City Gym, which is but a short walk away from the Celadon department store, also known as my dream retail entanglement. Just imagine it, 6 floors of non-stop value for valued customers, with no dodgy off-brand products like Pokeballs, max healing mixtures, or even uncommon candies. But the best part about working in the Celadon department store is that I would be free of upper management once and for all. Although assumedly I would have a whole new upper management to obey, however they couldn't be that bad. After all, the bigger and more profitable the corporation, the better they treat their employees, right? I mean, you know what they say, the grass is always greener in the place where it is more green. But I do apologize for entering a heavenly daze because we're here to talk about Erika while she fixes my various issues with plants. Before we get into the video though, I'd like to offer you the deal of a lifetime, which is our new coffee made from the finest beans picked by Poke slaves, by which I mean very willing and consenting Tangler in the Alola region. Should you buy one today and take one of our punch cards, we will give you your 10th coffee for free, but only if you click the subscribe button as well. Do it. Don't let Tangler's eternal servitude go to waste. But for now, let's get Erika-fied. Erika is a rather quiet and reserved young lady who tends to invest herself in the slow burn of life and is even referred to as the nature-loving princess. This is despite the fact that she is not a princess. However, Erika is the kind of person who will just let the call of nature take her. And by call of nature, I do not mean urination, just to be clear. I mean, she probably does that as well. But what I mean is that Erika is highly liable to get absorbed in whatever nature throws her way, often entering trance-like states of daze contemplating her comparatively minor existence in this grand and complex world. That, or she's just commonly affected by all of the sleep and poison powders produced ad nauseum by her Pokemon and is thus perpetually high. In fact, in the game, she's also hinted to be suffering from narcolepsy, although once again, I think it's just the special powder. I mean, just look at this. She's already fallen asleep in store. Meanwhile, the grass continues to grow whilst my job security continues to shrink. Damn it, Erika. With all of that said, Erika isn't just some wandering natural spirit, and she is allegedly capable of engaging in the art of focus. In fact, she even has several hobbies that require the F word, such as flower arrangement. Flower also being an F word. But despite her void-like nature, she does seem to be hyper aware of the goings on around her. On one occasion in the games, even going into painful detail in regards to all of the various things that can affect plants, such as soil condition, temperature, changing climate, water dosage, and wow, I'm starting to fall asleep out of sheer boredom. I can certainly see why this topic consistently puts Erika out of commission. However, Erika does spring to life in at least one situation, which is when she is challenged to a battle, because remember, she is a gym leader somehow, and in the original Gen 1 games as well as the Fire Red and Leaf Green remake, she wields a mighty grass-related trio consisting of a Victory Bell, a Vileplume, and ruining the V-themed naming scheme, a Tangela. And in my honest retail opinion, there is no excuse for this because there is another grass-type Pokemon in Generation 1 that starts with V, and its name is Venusaur. So a huge missed opportunity there by the alleged grass master of Kanto, not even possessing the ultimate OG Grassmon. And as such, it would be, a bit of a lie to call Erika a particularly challenging trainer to defeat, no matter who your starter is, because even if you pick Squirtle, you've more than likely developed a fairly competent anti-grass agenda team by then, resulting in a nice, quick, delicious rainbow badge. And then afterwards, you can wander on over to the Celadon department store for some refreshingly fresh water to celebrate. Well, if you're feeling particularly spensome, you could even make that a tasty, outrageous lemonade. Ah yes, that would be the dream. But that's not quite the end of Erika, because she does return in her capacity of Celadon Gym Leader for Generation 2, 2 being a number that comes frequently after 1. Although if anything, her role in the Gold and Silververse is more pared back than Red, Blue, and Green, because she, as with all of the Kanto leaders, are more of a fun afterthought. And funnily enough, despite 3 years passing between Generation 1 and Generation 2, Erika appears to be immune to the effects of time, and strolling into the gym gives you the impression that nothing has changed whatsoever. In fact, Erika even greets you with the exact same opening line about lovely weather and dozing off and all that. It really does make you wonder if time is a construct that Erika is consciously aware of, or if she exists in her own sort of mental reality of wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff. Or maybe Erika is something of a fixed feature, an entity that is present at all points in our human timeline, something of a universal constant stuck in a realm of lovely weather and losing to mediocre player trainers. But one important change that does occur is that 3 years later, Erika has a new team to face you. Victory Bell and Tangela make return appearances, but in addition, Erika now possesses a Jump Bluff and a Blossom. Blossom being a bit controversial, because although it is part of the Oddish line, Vileplume can't exactly, evolve into it. So it looks like Erika may have canned Vileplume for failing her one too many times. But after being defeated a second time, Erika is more or less retired from the series, and only really goes on to make sporadic appearances in special game modes or other such remakes such as Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Meanwhile, anime Erika is a fairly different existence altogether. As opposed to the peaceful days-induced game existence, anime Erika is much more of a hard ass. Now she is a successful gym leader slash businesswoman who exploits her gloom to create a very successful perfume brand. One which Ash insulted, and he was then subsequently banned from the Celadon gym. Which, yeah, sure, gym leaders are allowed to refuse challenges with good reason. I emphasize good reason, and I don't think this was a good reason. If anything, Erika should have invited Ash into the gym and then just thoroughly humiliated him like most other Kanto gym leaders do. Instead, what proceeded to happen from here was a complex plot involving Ash cross-dressing and infiltrating the gym along with Team Rocket, who set off a bomb in the gym. Yes, literal terrorism here by Team Rocket. And as a reward for helping out put a fire somewhere, Erika gives Ash the rainbow badge because he earned it. Earned it by inadvertently being responsible for the destruction of the Celadon gym. I mean, look, I suppose it's one way to technically beat a gym leader. Remove their battlefield, they can't battle, you win. Maybe it's genius in disguise. Maybe I've been wrong about Ash this entire time. No, he still cheated, and he still sucks. But then again, you can also make the argument that this was all the price of Erika's hubris. If she just put her perfume-laced pride to the side and allowed Ash to challenge her in the first place, then this grass gym would not have transformed into a fire gym. Just saying. And something else perhaps worth saying is that Erika's team in the anime is different, consisting of a Tangela, Weepinbell, and a Gloom. So Erika in this incarnation appears to be much more underpowered as a result of not having her Stage 2 Vileplume and Victory Ball at her disposal. Something that carried over into the Pokemon Yellow game, which takes its cues from the anime. However, Erika's most expansive role in the franchise comes from the surprisingly amazing Pokemon Adventures manga. Here, Erika is portrayed as wildly intelligent, even deceptive, and quite competent for the first time because her mastery of the grass typing is on full display. And in the Yellow chapter, it's even revealed that she teaches at Celadon University, although the topic was less grass-related and more Magikarp-related, showing that this Erika has varied interests. And in general, she just takes a much more active role, as do all gym leaders and Elite Four members in Pokemon Adventures, so if you were keen to experience what Erika would actually be like with something to do, then this manga is quite highly recommended. Sadly, we have the less useful incarnation in store with us here today. Some more fun facts about Erika. In every game featuring Erika, she has at least one Pokemon which possesses a sleep-inducing move, something that both Pokemon and Pokemon trainers should be aware of because this powder is in no way Pokemon exclusive. Intriguingly enough, Erika is the only Kanto gym leader to possess the same name in both Japanese and English incarnations of the franchise. Not only that, but her badge, the Rainbow Badge, is the only one to have the same name in both incarnations as well, which is interesting because for such a classically Japanese portrayed character, they really did choose to go all in on the English here. And finally, a truly useless fact, Erika's Generation 3 sprite is the only one in the series that is not depicting her holding a Pokeball. And that's useless because nobody cares. But there you have it, a handy guide to Erika, and would you look at that, all of the grass swarming Team PokeMart has now been taken care of. In fact, the PokeMart looks better than ever. It's clean beyond my wildest dreams. However, that doesn't change the fact that I have an important announcement to make. Valued customers of Team PokeMart, after more decades than I would like to admit, I am officially resigning as local manager because I am accompanying Erika back to Celadon City, where Ditto and I have been offered jobs at the prestigious Celadon department store, where we shall remain for the rest of our natural lives, serving legitimately valued customers and surrounded by numerous luxury products. So please do make sure to stop by the Celadon department store and say hi, which you can do in the comments below. And if you're interested in some of our luxurious merchandise, then please do click these tantalizing links over here, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for regular updates on our new and official stock. But for now, this has been me and Ditto, I guess, and we'll see you next time.